Okay, I'm back and I want to talk about flow a little more because it's a rich topic and there's lots to say. Let's just take a look at this chart. Okay, it's Bitcoin basically chopping along in congestion, but we're looking at these daily bars here. And I want to look at this bar and this bar and this bar. So we would say that these three bars are showing support and then picking up and rising rather strongly. So we would say this bar, for example, this bar here has incredibly strong upflow, right? This bar here is very strong upflow. But let's take a little look at another way of looking at this. Let's look inside the bar at what's actually happening there as we go along. Now, hang on, let me pause and adjust the chart. Okay, here we have the, I've overlaid the daily bars on a 15-minute bar. And let's just get oriented here so you know what I'm seeing. This is the day of the 15th, goes from here to there. So these 15-minute bars are what is inside this bar here, which is the daily bar for the 15th, which is all this material is concatenated into this. And if we look carefully, we can see that the top of the bar is formed by that high there, and the bottom of the bar is formed by this bar here. So if we're looking at the 15th, 16th, and 17th, as we saw before, and we're looking inside the bar to see how this flow is developing, we can see what we thought we understood here as the market's more or less going sideways and finishing very low flow here. And on the next bar here is very strong upflow. But look at how this upflow consists. Most of the day is nothing, and then a strong upswing, and then a jump down, very quickly reversing. So this is indeed strong upflow, but look at what's happening. It's not there for most of the day, and then at the end. Well, this is useful information because it's strong upflow that's starting. This is fresh energy, clearly. Okay, and on the 16th, well, I guess on the 18th here, this would be the 18th. Very interesting how this develops. Now let's look at this for a second. We have a low here and a high up here, but most of this activity is in this part of the day, right? So it's at the end. So if you just look at the daily bar, it looks like incredibly strong upflow. And it is very incredibly strong upflow because all this stuff down in here is new energy and the market's screaming north. But up here, it's stopped. It's hit resistance and it's going sideways. Now, if we go back to the daily chart alone and look at the, let me get my pointers here, at the 15th, 16th, and 17th, or the 15th, 18th, whatever it is these days, this bar here was the last bar we were talking about. That looks like incredibly strong upflow. But you don't want to be seduced into the idea that it's going to keep on going because it's strong upflow. In point of fact, what's happened is that we had strong upflow, yes, but it's hit resistance. And we can see that inside the bar by going sideways. You can also see that the flow is not quite as strong as a totally new energy bar of strong upflow because it closed off the high. So I just want to give a little alert to take a peek inside the bar and see what the flow is consisting of on the lower time period before you start making too many decisions about flow based only on one time period. Okay, now this has some additional relevance, and I'll talk about that in another video on another day, but it's very, very interesting tool, flow. It's the key to being in sync with the market as it develops. If you refine your understanding of flow, you'll find yourself being more and more in sync with the capital flows within the market that generate these price swings.